Has anything in real life trickled down into your writing? How close are your fan fictions to your personal experiences? Again, the real life thing is breakdown of relationship. That's the main thing that's trickled down into my writing. Quite a lot of the emotions in some of my stories are very raw, very real for me. What Hermione and Ron are going through in Elfsiden, their relationship, if you pull it apart, you will find... If you pull apart the relationship in that story, you will find much of what I was going through. That's something real life that has trickled down. Again, Theo's story in The Soul Truth and his love of heavy metal and how it saved him is also in there. And interactions with any young children, they're based on my son, mainly Hugo in Elfsiden, is a perfect little caricature of my boy. So there's a fair bit there that's trickled into it. Most of the rest of it, very little actually crosses over. Emotionally, quite a lot of the time, yes, but plot-wise, not so much. Which Harry Potter character do you identify with the most? It's Luna.
My mum always said things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end. If not always in the way we expect.
I think Luna Lovegood, the quirky, funny little outcast who, bless her cotton socks, had no friends at school, was teased, picked on, borderline bullied most of the time. That was me. I was the weird kid reading Lord of the Rings on the steps at lunchtime at school rather than running around playing football and chasing girls. I was awkward but clever. And I'm not saying that to be brag. I was reading clever books. I was in higher level classes, and that sort of sets you apart because I'm also very introverted, so I didn't really get on even with people that were in the same class as me. I was very separate, almost deliberately, just to save myself, because I was kind of scared of getting too close to people in a way. So that was me. I was kind of the weirdo, and even more so when I discovered heavy metal. There was even fewer people that enjoyed that sort of music. So yeah, Luna is kind of like was like a beacon to me of outcast power, really. If you were trapped in a room with your least favourite character in Harry Potter, who would that character be? Oh, come on. Has anyone who's been asked this question ever not said Umbridge? She's terrible. She is brilliant. J.K. Rowling has seriously knocked it out of the park when it comes to giving us an absolute monster of an antagonist.
I want you to write, I must not tell lies.
How many times?
Say, for as long as it takes for the message to sink in.
You haven't given me any ink.
Or you won't need any ink.
I don't know of an antagonist better for really making you hate them. I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I understand people say Joffrey was pretty terrible.
I can't stand the wailing of women.
But I think even Umbridge is quite possibly the worst character, but locked in a room with her, there's going to be blood. Only one of us is getting out of there alive. Probably be her, to be fair. I'm not much of a fighter. But yeah, Umbridge. Definitely Umbridge. I hate that cow. She's horrible.
I will have order!
Hogwarts House. I am a Ravenclaw. I've done Pottermore. I've done online tests. Every single time it's been Ravenclaw. I think once it came out a tie almost between Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. So probably Ravenclaw with some Hufflepuff leanings. Favourite number? Never really thought of numbers in the way of are they my favourite, but as a fan of Lamb of God and a fan of heavy metal in general, 512 is probably my favourite. Check out that song by Lamb of God, it is brilliant. What would your Patronus be? I recently did Pottermore again. I can't remember what it was back in the day. It was a couple of years ago since I've done it, but I came out with King Cobra. Which I'm fine with that. That works for me. I don't know why, but I got an unusual one apparently. So King Cobra. Who knew? What would your Boggart be? I think my Boggart would be very similar to Molly Weasley's, seeing your family hurt, injured or killed and not being able to do anything about it. That strikes me as probably right up there amongst my worst nightmares, especially my immediate family, my boy, my granddaughter. Yeah, that would be hideous. That would probably be my Boggart. I don't like spiders, but I can deal with them, so not so much. Although it was the same size as Aragog.
Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?
Yeah. They say there are two types of writers, planners and explorers. Which one are you? I am generally a planner. I have an idea. I like to try and explore it to its fullest extent before I start writing. That usually means that I don't start writing for quite some time. I'm a bit of a procrastinator as well, so the few times where I have gone exploring, I've at least had what the overriding plot is going to be, or a prompt. I know how I'm going to start it, I know how I'm going to end it. The middle is usually a complete mystery to me. Like the Sole Truth, I knew that basically Rose had died, Hermione was distraught, and she was going to Samhain to try and talk to her. I knew how I wanted it to end, but everything in the middle, everything leading up to that and how it actually went was explored. Love in Ashes, again, is time turner post-apocalyptic. I know that Hermione and Abraxas are connected. I know why they're connected. I know how it's going to end. There's about 49 chapters between it starting and reaching that end point that I know one or two lines, take shelter in building monster is the synopsis I've got for one chapter. What that chapter's going to look like by the time I get there, I have no idea. But so I'm sort of an amalgamation of the two. I like to have an idea of what I'm doing, but how I get there is usually a bit of a meandering journey.